Dear Europeans, my name is Tor Age Berglid, and I've been asked to make a motivation call for all of you now protesting around the world the 7th of December. Behind me you see the area for the D-Day. I came up with a name and gathered together a lot of the people around in Norway and different countries, and we followed the Bornadio campaign that were tremendous help for us to make a protest all over Europe in 2016. It's been a long fight, and I'm trying to say to all the organizers out there that you will be heard in the end. It takes some time, and it takes some time to get all the forces. Here in Europe now, here in Norway, we have a big scandal coming up with 35 cases for human rights. The system is falling, and they are still trying to defend it. And what have we heard is that the critic we have come from abroad, from your countries, is like this is like religious people. They have a different view on mankind, what's best for the children. The state should be the master of the people and not the servant of its people. And to make a point for all of you is that we have to go back to biblical time, when Moses was suffering the same, that the state know exactly what was best for the children. And he was put on a basket and in the river, and ironically, he was one of the first child protective children that we know about. He was taken up by Moses' sister. The moral in this story is that we need a protection for the children. The moral is that we also see how a state can be more a master than a servant for his children. You also see that everyone can make a difference in being a foster parent, or that you can be an orphan, or a child living in a dysfunctional state system, or a dysfunctional family. It's not about that. What we need is a view, a positive view on human mankind, in knowledge, quality, good culture, competence, and most of all, transparency. We have to make such a system. You have to be aware that a lot of non-governmental organizations are now trying to put a pressure upon Europe, and they're all trying to make what's best for a child. I think that while God created a family, it's one of the best things that He has created, and every time the human are trying to deny that it might be something higher than ourselves, we try to create a state which takes control of the family, and we try to make it better. The families are not perfect, but the state is not perfect. But what I'm fearing the most now in Europe is that people don't care anymore. People don't step up for their rights. They don't step up and mean something. And that's what you should be motivated for. On the 7th of December, step up for children's rights, go into the streets and fight for the families. Fight for the children, and you are not alone. Your voice will be heard. Have a nice day.